I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, it's crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, and look like I'm foreign cars driving fast, I never done this before. Yeah, drown out my problems, let me when I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flex. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Someone tell the risk.
Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL leads us to a snow-covered Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Play action. It's Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Cash. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Jackson on 1st down, and he completes it to Cohen. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Jackson from the shotgun. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Boom! Sack, baby!
Here's Jackson to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Double dog, that's the way.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy. And that's what they're doing early in this game.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky, the catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And now he is just 2 catches away from 1,000 on his career. 998 currently. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Oh, big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
Let's bring it.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Here we go on 4th down with Trubisky. Flushed out right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Check. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Watch the pass. Out. Let it go.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Ready. Let's go, D. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 15. Check.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson over the middle, complete. It's Cunningham. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
Y'all playing the wrong football. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Defense wins championships, baby. Mike's 49.
Jackson looking to throw on third. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Ravens 7, Steelers nothing.
Let's go. Hey, together. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Check 31. Check 31. Safety creep.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Cunningham. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Let's get it.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He is proving his worth defensively, getting the sack here. That comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 40, 20, 10, 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Austin Eckler, an 80-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
We play to win. Let's go.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On second down, it's Cunningham, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd down, Cash, and he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again. Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 43.
Let's put that team on the clock. 49 to mark.
Throwing now, Jackson at 1st down. Got a man, it's Brown. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Jackson now 9 of 11 passing in this 1st half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 2nd down and 4. Jackson escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
Mike 50. I got one.
On 1st down, Cash. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey. You got 3. Three down. Mike 50. You're trapped. Hey, Mike 50. Back to you.
He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. Jackson now, operating from the gun. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And his kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Looking to throw on second down. Trubisky nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half.
Hey, wahoo! 40 to Mike. 40 to Mike. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Mike 40, Mike 40. Do the night. Do the night.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Well, first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City, and the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson looking middle, and that's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So we reach halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Cut it! I got you. Cut it left. Cut it left.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. First time they looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
18.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, switch gears.
Quick throw into the hands of Hopkins out wide. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 38-yard line. He's done it. 1,000 career catches with that last reception.
I don't care what you've done in your life. How many things have you done 1,000 times of significance? How about this?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. First possession in the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one good for 37 yards. Throwing is Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
On second and goal, Jackson, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6.
Makes the score, Ravens 17, Steelers 6.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trubisky and the troops staying out there. They will go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. He finds Hopkins complete. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Oh, we made a big deal about catch number 1,000, as we should. Now he's at 1. So he's building towards 2,000, Charles.
I like your optimism, and I love your math. Let's go ahead and get the next 1,000, and he started on it already.
And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down.
But no takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that...
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jackson going to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. On 3rd down, Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the second half at FedEx Field now. And very little issue in that one for the Redskins, opening their lead a bit further. They started on the ground with Eckler, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
At the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Here we go, defense. March 49. March 49. Watch the run. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. I can't believe they let you play.
To throw is Jackson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, 4th quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room and they worked on his mechanics. Sometimes it's just your team believing in you, your coaching staff believing in you, and you relax and play to your potential. And he's doing that in this game.
They'll run on first down. Cunningham. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Tackle.
Now Jackson from the gun. He'll throw. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Throwing here, Trubisky. It's complete to Hopkins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Hey, Charlie.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
18. You draw Porter.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They go play action here on 1st down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
At the 22-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cunningham. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Jackson. Out to his left. He'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. Incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Still searching for that first interception in this game and down on the scoreboard. Remember, they won last week, and a big reason why they had 3 picks.
And one characteristic I've always noticed about great defenses is that they want to be the ones that have a huge impact on the game and actually lead their teams to victory. So you just noted 3 interceptions last week and they won. And a little extra pressure that they're feeling right now because they haven't gotten those interceptions in this game, and they're losing.
On the NFL scoreboard there in the 4th quarter in Philadelphia. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. But he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Trubisky to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Here's Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Run, go. 51. Hey, let's go. 51.
Now it's Trubisky. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They come out here in the eye. First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Throwing now is Trubisky toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up.
And he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie it.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game. They'll try and run it in, and he will get in. The 2-point conversion is good, and we may be on our way to overtime. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get in the field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It's second down and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home.
Jackson to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Jackson. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Jackson. But he completes it to Cohen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 3rd down, it's Cunningham, and he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
2 yards. First down, Baltimore.
Set, ready. 15 run. Hey, tight down, please. Mike's 49. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. You gonna get this boy?
Jackson on first down. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. A costly mistake here at OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about you. Throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
A huge play there in overtime. 47 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. They set the goal beginning of the year. Hey, let's win 7 games. Unfortunately, with this loss, they can't do it.
So now to be interesting to see how they respond as a team.